It's Jake Jeremy, and you're watching the SE Scoops YouTube channel. On today's video, I'm going to be talking about the AEW Revolution pay-per-view, in particular, two moments that had fans talking. So Christian Cage has been announced as the new Hall of Fame caliber signing for the All Elite Wrestling promotion. It's worth bearing in mind that Jay Rezzo / Christian Cage has previously been in TNA. He has, of course, recently as well just done the Royal Rumble match, the men's Royal Rumble match at the 2021 version of the event. But this is it. Christian Cage is signed at the age of 47. He is signed for All Elite Wrestling, and apparently he's going to be working quite a lot going forward. His new gimmick, his new catchphrase is outwork everyone. So Paul White / the former Big Show said earlier in the night on the Revolution pay-per-view that the new signing would outwork everyone. So in my mind, that ruled out Brock Lesnar. No offense to Brock Lesnar, because he's massive and he'd kill me. I'm quite excited about Christian showing up. I mean, I was a bit of a TNA diehard back in the day. I very much enjoyed the product. There was, of course, a time when it completely fell off of a cliff. I mean, Hogan and Bischoff. That's all I'm going to say. So, Christian showing up. It is exciting. Yes, he's in the twilight of his career. Yes, he maybe isn't the big name that people were anticipating. People were anticipating a Brock Lesnar or a CM Punk. I think the problem is AEW is going to have to learn as a company, and Tony Khan is going to have to learn as a promoter, how to neuter and how to kind of calm the fans' expectations, because he's new at this. It's fundamentally, this is Tony Khan's first ever wrestling promotion. Yes, he has worked for big companies in the past. He obviously owns Fulham, the Premier League football club, maybe not for much longer. But he needs to realise that if you're going to tell fans someone massive is coming, then someone massive has to show up. Now, Christian Cage, formerly Just Christian, is a phenomenal in-ring performer. There is absolutely no denying it. But the fact is, he's not of that caliber. He's not of, when I say caliber, he's not of that star power. He's not on that level of, if CM Punk showed up on Sunday, you break the internet, because no one expected him to show up at all. No one expected CM Punk to ever come back. If Brock Lesnar showed up, you break the internet. That's a massive, oh my God moment. But the problem was Christian Cage showed up, and as good as he is in ring, it kind of neutered it a little bit. But funnily enough, what I'm now going to talk about next may have actually done Christian a little bit of a favour. So if you haven't heard by now, if you haven't seen the pay-per-view, if you don't know how the exploding barbed wire death match finished, spoilers ahead. Kenny Omega and Jon Moxley, of course, were in the AEW Revolution main event, going at it for the AEW Championship in an exploding barbed wire death match. Now, the story going into this match was that Kenny Omega himself, along with Don Callis, actually made the explosives. So I don't know if that was a deliberate way of kind of making you feel like when things went off, when things went bang, it maybe wasn't that big. Now, if you've seen the old FMW matches, if you've seen the Big Anita matches, if you've seen the Terry Funks, the Mick Foleys, it's big bangs, there's like powder, it's like, you know, massive explosions. They didn't happen in this match. Right at the end of the match, you had Jon Moxley was laid out by Kenny Omega. He finished him off with a one-winged angel on a chair. It looked brutal. It was a really brutal match. It was a really good back and forth affair that I quite enjoyed until the ending. Now, you can't not talk about this ending. It was a complete and utter dud. So Eddie Kingston runs out to save Jon Moxley. The countdown's going down. It's really tense. It's like, oh my God, what's going to happen? And then some sprinklers went off. A little poof. And that was it. That was the end of the pay-per-view. Now, they could have got away with it. Because you call an audible. You have to call an audible on the fly. You have to say, as Eddie Kingston, if you're working in the back, if you're Tony Khan, if you're somebody watching the show in the back, you have to look at the monitor and go, that wasn't good. We have to call an audible. We have to send Kenny and the Good Brothers back out there to laugh at Kingston. Only issue is, Eddie Kingston sold it like he'd been shot. That's the problem. Nothing hit him. Nothing happened to him. I don't want anything bad to happen to these performers. I don't want them to legitimately get hurt. But if that's going to happen, you've got to do something about it. Now, reportedly, Kenny Omega was livid. He was furious at what happened. That's what they were reporting on Wrestling Observer Radio earlier today. Kenny Omega was absolutely beside himself at what happened. It was a complete and utter dud. Tony Khan himself was trying to make out after the show. Fair play to him. He was doing the media scrum. He said, look, it was a dud. Kenny Omega made it himself. He drew the plans in crayon. What did you think was going to happen? Fair play to Tony Khan for trying to trying to fix this, trying to alleviate the situation. It's going to be very interesting to see on Dynamite how they play this going forward. Because fundamentally, I think they're trying to make Eddie Kingston as kind of a top tier babyface. Because he came out of this as a babyface. And fundamentally, Jon Moxley's about to go off on paternity leave for his new child with Renee Paquette. They're going to be going off. He's going to be taking some time off, well-deserved time off. And they're going to need someone to slot in that main event babyface slot. And let's be fair, Eddie Kingston could do it. He can go in the ring, he can go fairly well. But on the microphone, Eddie Kingston is pretty much second to none when it comes to your fiery babyface promos, fiery heel promos. But I think it's time for Eddie Kingston to really kind of push himself as a main event babyface. That's going to be interesting going forward. Hopefully it doesn't fall flat on his arse exactly the way that it did at the pay-per-view. So thank you very much for watching the SE Scoops YouTube channel right here on YouTube. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up and hit the little notification bell so you know each and every time we release a brand new video right here on YouTube.